Good evening, and we would like to call the meeting to order at this time. First on the agenda, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. May we all stand?
Hello.
Hey, Ms. McClendon, we're doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And just for the record, one of your colleagues, Ms. Angelique McClendon, she's on the phone participating in this meeting. And so I will put the phone at her mic as we go through the meeting. So the next order of business is to determine a quorum. So at this point, I'll do the roll call. Mr. Danny Forrester. Ms. Angelique McClendon.
Present here.
Mr. John Peterson.
Here.
Ms. Ernestine Stovall Goolsby.
Here.
And Ms. Marlicia Yancey. Thank you. The next item on the agenda will be for the election of officers. Do we have a nomination for a chair of the committee?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Peterson.
Can you speak more into the mic,
Yes,
please?
I'd like to nominate Mr. Peterson as chair.
I second. Based on his experience, he expressed just then, he held office in Ocala, Florida, so based on some experience that he may have to bring forth to the board, I think that would work out.
Okay. Any more comments before we close the nomination? Ms. McClendon?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was on mute.
Did you hear the nomination for chair?
Yeah, I think it was it Mr. Peterson.
We're about to close the nomination.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, with that with that nomination, we'll close. Please state aye for agreement for this vote.
Aye.
Ms. McClendon, what's your vote?
Oh, we were voting.
Yes.
I said aye. Yeah, you probably couldn't hear me. I'm sorry on my cell phone. Aye.
Okay, the vote is unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Peterson. Okay, we'll open up the floor for nomination for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate, look at her name first. Marlissa Yancey as vice chair. Thank you.
Can I get a second?
I'd second.
And let's make sure Dalton is speaking into the mic.
Okay.
I just want to clarify.
Okay, there was a nomination for Ms. Yancey as the vice chair, seconded by Mr. Peterson. So we have a vote. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That vote was unanimous. Congratulations, Ms. Yancey, as the Vice Chair of the Planning Commission. Okay. So as the Chairman, Mr. Peterson, now you will officially finish out the agenda. The next item on the agenda will be a training for the Planning Commission. So we have a PowerPoint presentation that I will go through.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you guys didn't introduce yourselves to unless it's already taken place. So I know who you guys are, but the new board members may not know who you
That's
guys
true.
are.
So my name is LaShawn Gardner, and I am the Director of the Planning and Development Department.
Okay.
To the left is the Planning and Development staff.
Okay.
This is Miss Denise Tubman, Miss Kirsten McDaniel, Miss Aisha Paul. This is Deputy Director Laura Parker. And to your immediate left, working the computer, you have Miss Carolina Angelo.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So we'll begin the slides. So the first slide is, what is planning? So planning is a unique management tool for local government that sets a vision for the future and is a guide to decision making for everyone in the community. And it includes land use, economic development, transportation, public facilities, and community goals. The next slide is, what is a planning commission? So the Planning Commission serves as an advisory role in planning and development approval processes and provides recommendations that influence approval processes for developments, land use plans, and infrastructure investments, among other duties. So since we are now the Rockdale County Planning Commission, going forward, this Planning Commission body will consist of 5 members. 3 of the members initially appointed to serve on the Planning Commission shall serve for a term of 3 years each. And with that bullet point, Ms. Stovall Goolsby, your term will be a 3-year initial term and then 4 if reappointed. Ms. McClendon, your term will be 3 years, appointed April 8th, 2025, and will expire July 1st, 2028, and then if reappointment, 4 years. Mr. Forrester, you also have a 3-year initial term and then 4 years if appointed. Mr. Peterson, your term is 4 years, and then Ms. Yancey's, your term is a 4-year term. Each person appointed to be on the Planning Commission shall serve for the term the member was appointed for, unless the person dies, resigns, or is otherwise disqualified from serving or is removed from said position. The Planning Commission shall elect one of its members as chairperson and vice chairperson. The chair in July of each year, the Planning Commission shall elect its chairperson from among its members. The chair's term shall be 1 year with eligibility for re-election. Vice chair, the Planning Commission shall elect a vice chair in July of each year, and the vice chair's term shall be 1 year with eligibility for re-election. A designated person from the Planning and Development Department shall serve as secretary to take minutes of the Planning Commission's meetings, record all motions and votes thereon, as well as any other business of the Planning Commission conducted in a public forum. The Planning Commission shall maintain rules of procedure in accordance with the Unified Development Ordinance and state laws. Resignation shall be in writing and delivered to the chair of the County Planning Commission. Any member who accumulates 3 unexcused absences shall be deemed to have resigned. Any vacancy in the membership shall be filled for the unexpired term in the same manner as the initial appointment.
Is this consecutive 3 meetings or 3 meetings within a 1 year period or 3 meetings through the term of the,
It's just 3 unexcused absences.
okay, all right,
Unexcused. Oh.
Yes.
okay.
What does the Planning Commission do? Conducts public hearings, requests and receives studies and reports from staff regarding zoning amendments, which include future land use of map amendments, rezonings, special use permits, conditional use permits, and text amendments. Reviews and makes recommendations or approval with conditions to the Rockdale County Board of Commissioners regarding zoning amendments. Review and make recommendations to the Board of Commission regarding the adoption of comprehensive plan or amendment, and reviews preliminary plats. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay.
Was there supposed to be a video or something?
No.
Oh, okay, just a blank slide. Okay. No, it was supposed to be this.
If you can go back one, it's blank. Okay, I'll just read through it because they should have it on their information.
Yes.
The Planning Commission does not have the power to amend any ordinance, rezone land, to declare the Unified Development Ordinance for the county or any invalid amendment, or to allow any use not permitted by the UDO, which is the Unified Development Ordinance. Does not change any policy based on public comment. Duties of the Planning Commission chairperson. Number 1, to preside over meetings and shall be responsible for conduct and decorum of the meeting. Number 2, have the responsibility to ensure that all parties receive a full and fair hearing before the Planning Commission. Number 3, be responsible for calling special meetings and notifying the Secretary of the Planning Commission so notice can be provided in accordance with Georgia law. And finally, the chair may appoint committees necessary to assist and advise the Planning Commission in its work. Duties of the vice chairperson and secretary. The vice chairperson shall preside over meetings and assume the duties of the chairperson in the absence of the chair. The secretary shall be responsible for the maintenance of the Planning Commission's minutes and meetings, record all motions and votes, as well as any other business of the Planning Commission conducted in a public forum. Meetings. A quorum of 3 members shall be required to conduct business. An affirmative vote of 3 members voting on a question shall be sufficient for the adoption of the question. Members abstaining shall not be considered members voting in determining whether a question has been adopted. The regularly scheduled meeting of the Planning Commission shall be held on the 2nd Thursday of each month at 6 p.m. unless there is no cause to hold such meetings, in which case the Secretary shall inform the members of the Planning Commission at least 24 hours in advance of the regularly scheduled meeting. Special call meetings may be called by the chairperson, provided at least 24 hours notice of such meetings is given. The Planning and Development Director will task the PC with an issue. The chairperson will call the commission to meet. Conduct of meetings. All meetings shall be open to the public and may only be closed in accordance with Georgia law. Meetings should follow the proper protocol. Order of business. Applicants in opposition are allowed 10 minutes each to present. The board makes a decision. Roll call. approval of meeting agenda and minutes, hearing on text amendments, map amendments, special use permits, and preliminary plats, committee reports, old business, and new business. Procedures for hearing text amendments, map amendments, and special use permits are provided in sections 238-4 and 238-6 of the Unified Development Ordinance for the county. The Planning Commission may adjourn a regular meeting if business cannot be conducted on the day set, and no further notice shall be necessary for rescheduling such meeting if the time and place of resumption is stated at the time of adjournment and is not changed after adjournment. Standards of conduct. Conflicts of interest. A planning commissioner shall have a conflict of interest if said planning commissioner or his or her family has a property interest in any real estate affected by action on an application before the planning commission, or has a financial interest in any business entity that has a property interest in any real property affected by action on an application before the planning commission. Any planning commissioner having a conflict of interest shall immediately disclose the nature and extent of such interest in writing to the county. These disclosures shall be made a public record. No planning commissioner shall vote or participate in a matter in which he or she has a conflict of interest. No planning commissioner shall represent an applicant before the planning commission board. No planning commissioner shall discuss any matters pending before the planning commission board with anyone outside a public hearing. All letters or other material personally received by a planning commissioner shall be provided to each planning commissioner at the public hearing on the item in question. And this concludes the presentation of material. In terms of, the processes and your duties. Are there any questions?
I'm sure there will be questions.
Okay. And
That's a
staff is
review.
here, if you have any questions later, just feel free to contact staff either by phone or email if you have any questions later.
Okay.
The thing about the electing the officers in July, chairperson, does we have to will we be redoing that, or is the one we just did today gonna be
You have to go through those steps again
in July?
In July, okay,
Thank you.
okay.
I'd like to make a comment, just bringing some experience to the board. I think it'd be a great idea. I think it's very important if we show, we're unified in front of the people that come in. Because if we don't appear to be unified or come collected together for a common goal, our purpose is null and void. I mean, we lose our respect, or we lose so just any type of disagreement, I don't think it should be seen or shown to the general public. I think if we could, I think we'll be a great body, and if we just respect everybody, opinions they may have or statements they may make, if we just look unified in front of the body, we'll be well respected by Rockdale County. I think that's important.
And second that.
Okay.
And I also agree that, we're new, so we're going to have questions, and there are going to be, but the communication process is very important, and so that we'll know who we need to go to get answers. And when we need answers, or when we need specific information for upcoming meetings, and to make sure we have all that information available to us is going to be very important, I think.
and just be mindful, and I know you guys don't know, but I just know that if we're sitting here, we're getting out of line, that's the gallery right over there. They gonna sit there every meeting, and that's the gallery kind of gonna let's pull our coat like, you know,
Yes.
we're out of line.
Okay.
So,
And I understand, you know, you all as the recommending body, as the planning commission, you know, you all will set the tone of how you want to appear in public, you know,
Yes.
as a group.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's pretty much what I was saying, you know. We lose our purpose if we appear at all that we are not unified.
Right.
So, yeah. That's the only thing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from the body? Commissioner McClendon, do you have any comments?
No, I agree with everything that was said. I think we do need to, you know, there's a certain decorum you want to have.
Yes.
Us being on this commission. And yeah, I think we can, even if we don't totally agree with something, there's a respectful way to do something. We don't want to be internet memes or anything like that. So I can appreciate that sentiment. And thank you for accommodating me by phone. I appreciate that as well.
You're welcome. Well, if there's no other questions or comments from the body, we can adjourn.
Okay. And
Alrighty.
will we, because we'll need contact information from everyone, and it's
That's all
here.
on here. It's
Okay. The key, all of the key people that we need to be in contact with, we need to have that information. Okay. I'll be asking a lot of questions.
I'll take point. I'll send out an email with everybody on it, just ask to reply with, like, I guess you have the regular inter-office contact sheet or something. Very good, thank you.
Yes, staff will make sure that we get the information to you.
Okay.
We'll reach out to you and provide everyone's contact information as for staff as well.
Okay. I look forward to working with everyone. We're going to make this as peaceful and enjoyable as possible.
It has been, so it will continue to be. So
Usually you put insert comment here. Oh, what's happening?
So yeah, so I think it has been.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Adjourned.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.